Hi everyone, hoping that you all are well. We're going to be discussing a different type of reparations. We're going to be talking about reparations with respect to the Scottish Highlanders. And this of course applies to a number of other groups that were removed from Europe and then brought over to the Americas and just all over the world. There's a huge diaspora. Okay, so what we're talking about right now is malfeasance and mayhem in the Highlands, high crimes and felonies. The reason why this is termed in this manner is that usually when people think about treason, they think about government officials. And so they think about the common man and government officials and the common man sort of usurping the authority of the government officials. However, treason is about being an enemy of the country, the sovereign. So it's about the people. And so what we're talking about right now is this heinous act of treason, the systematic treason that went on in Europe over an extended period of time, where the people were dispossessed, renamed, given new identities, and what they were removed beyond the seas. So we're just going to quickly look at some things that we have not completely addressed related to the transportation of these individuals. It was called transportation when they moved them from one place to another. So we're going to quickly talk about a solution for tracking and tracing some of these ancestors that came out of those highlands, that came out of Europe earlier than the Jacobite rebellions from the 1700s. And so what you are encouraged to do to make this meaningful is to identify the surnames of your ancestors. And then once you identify the surnames of your ancestors, go to what's known as the passenger and immigration list. You can actually find these big books in the libraries, but you can also find information online for the passenger and immigration list. What this will do is it names all of the people who came into the country. And so you can look and see, when did your surname first enter the country? How did it get here? And so it's going to give you that information. You also want to identify the specific entry date as close as possible, because what you're going to see is that sometimes ancestors went into Barbados first, you know, the Barbados narrative, or they went into Jamaica first, and then they made their way to the colonies, the 13 colonies. And so what you are doing is you're trying to identify not just when they went to Jamaica or when they went to Barbados, but you want to see when they actually entered this country. And then you trace forward. You can use ancestry.com for tracing those names forward. And so as you recall, we went over some of those Jacobite ships and those Jacobite records so that you could see when people were being transported out of Europe into the Americas, into Africa, and then into the Americas. And we also looked at these persons of quality lists. Now remember, the persons of quality were immigrants, people leaving Europe, religious exiles, political rebels, serving men sold for a term of years. That's that indentured servitude. Apprentices, children stolen, so they were stealing children. Maidens pressed, they were stealing women. And others who went from Great Britain to the American plantations. Now, you're not going to necessarily have the information on the sacking of Baltimore, but the sacking of Baltimore is a part of this entire dynamic. And so some people really believe there were these pirates that came up and sacked Baltimore, but that's not exactly what took place. It doesn't even really make sense. But anyway, what we're looking at here is those who went from Great Britain to the American plantations, 1600 to 1700. And so this is the original list for that time period. And here you can see that this is a part of the record of the monarchy for England. Now, before we look at this ship list, one thing that is important to keep in mind is that all of these monarchs they knew where their citizens were going. They knew where they sent them to. For one reason, they were sending them to these various places, this diaspora. They were sending them forth in order to take over the lands from the indigenous people in these various places, from Australia to New Zealand to the Americas to Africa. And so they had a plan in place. And all of these names, these descendants, they can still trace all of these individuals. And so if you're wondering, do they know who you are? Of course, they know who everyone is here in the United States and in these various islands. And so we're going to be looking at these ship lists so that you can also draw some connections. Now, again, this particular list is tied to a rebellion also. And so the Stuarts were in constant rebel mode, and they had relatives in different parts of Europe that would come and assist them. And some of those people got deported also, Haiti coming out of France. And so you have this list of ships conveying immigrants to Virginia. This is before 1625. And you see the ship names. Now, these vary somewhat from the ships that you saw during a later time, so that Jacobite rebellion. You saw a different listing of ships, but sometimes you see this consistency with these ships over time. So you have things like Abigail and Ambrose and Blessing and Bonanova, Bonaventure, Bonnie Bessie, Charity, Charles, Concord, George, Great Hopewell, Godspeed, Hercules, Hopewell, Jacob, James, Jonathan, Phoenix, Prosperous, Return, Samson, Samuel, Sarah, Seaflower, Sea Venturer, Southampton, and Star. And so when you are looking at the passenger and immigration list, you might want to cross-reference looking for these specific ship names going along with the ancestor's surname. And so you want to trace the surname and match it to these specific ships, particularly if you see the ships going into Virginia or you have an ancestor that was in Virginia during this time frame. You definitely want to see if there is a connection and what that connection is. So you have additional ships like Delaware, Deliverance, Diana, Discovery, Do Return, Edwin, Eleanor, Elizabeth, Falcon, Flying Heart, Furtherance, Jonathan, London Merchant, Margaret, Marmaduke, Mary and James, Mary Margaret, Mary Providence, Neptune, that goes along with Barbados, Noah, Patience, Supply, Susan, Swallow, Swan, Temperance, Tiger, Treasurer. We've seen that one before. Trial, True Love, Unity, Warwick. I believe it was Solomon who said there's nothing new under the sun. And so what you see when you look back in the history of this dynamic is a foundation for what's going on right now in America. It might be going on in other places, but you definitely see it going on here. And so the strategy that they came up with to remove all of these people, even before you get to the final Jacobite revolution, is they created inflation. So they created this fake inflation. And then they implemented the 3 R's and not reading, writing, and arithmetic. And so the 3 R's were they raised the rents on the Highlanders and individuals who were on land that they wanted to get rid of. Then they set out to do what was known as remove them beyond the sea. Okay, because they were, right on the water. And then the other part of the strategy was to replace them, so that you had this demography transition dynamic. So they put in a new group of people, gave them the identity of the people that were taken, and then shipped off the people and gave them new identities. What's noteworthy about this is that the new identities of the people that were shipped off, they constitute what's known as a byword. And you'll often hear people talk about the scripture and how you know that quote unquote Negroes or Jacob is because they go by this byword black. There's another group of people that go by a byword. And it's basically the same group of people, they just look different. And so for the browner people that came out of there, they were reclassified as black. The lighter people that came out of there, they were reclassified as white. And if you'll notice that these two groups of people are probably the only people on the planet that don't really have an ancestral identity. They've given them these identities related to color. And if you called any other groups of people by these color names, if you start calling people red, you start calling people yellow, there's going to be a problem. But with this particular contingent of people, they have been accustomed to now going by this identity of black and white. And it was part of a caste system that was created. And so you might have had cousins, family members who were looking, different. And so they got reclassified. So they weren't their families, they weren't their clans. They were suddenly these bywords. And so they lost their identity when they came over or wherever they went to. They assumed another identity. They became Americans. They became whatever it is that they assumed in terms of their identity. And then they shed, just got rid of the old identity to the point that most people don't even, have any narratives from their ancestors about their ancestry coming out of Europe. That's why for ancestry, if I'm not mistaken, the people that used and use ancestry.com the most are those who are classified as black and white in the United States. Now we're going to look at some specifics with respect to this situation, but this is definitely a reparations situation. So you hear people talk about reparations for slavery. You hear people talk about reparations for removals and taking of land of the American Indians. These individuals who were transported beyond the seas, they actually underwent the same dynamic that was perpetrated in the Americas and in all these places, that they took land from people. And so they participated in it. In some ways, many of them were subordinated by the entire process. But nevertheless, what gave rise to these other removals was the original removal out of Europe. And so they played the same trick when they put them on these ships. And so in terms of reparations for the individuals, this Scottish, Irish, English diaspora, Spanish, French, German, it could go on. For this diaspora, we're focusing on Scotland right now, which would include, Ireland also, the Isles. Okay, so what would be an appropriate discussion about reparations would be: 1, the right of return; 2, dual citizenship; 3, not only the right of return to the place, but the return of the actual land and resources that were taken from the individuals who were dispossessed based upon this fake inflation that they created to get them up and out of there. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care. See you soon.